Yes. Salon do left na we an. Now we get for try for make it go before. Fumble them. Nobody no get for come for help build salon for we. Nobody no get for tell we how we want we country. Now we get for make salon. Let we avoid tribalism. Let we avoid nepotism. Let we avoid regionalism. All the negative themes them. Let we try for avoid them. Fumbling, we don't come again with another episode of politics and economics. Today, I want to do a little bit differently, if una can permit me. Una know say normally we I come na this program after I don't set the stage, I can open the phone lines them. But something way is sort of troubling for the people who already joined for the first time, by the way. My name na Abdul Karim Kargbo, and I'm based in Canada, and me an economist by profession. Now that they put food on my table. And I want to tell una thank you for the people that we don't join. And dear, let we share because the main topic, and now that's not the only topic here for me tonight. I'll be tempted for do as usual, talk about other topics them where they make trend. But this one, I want to exhaust this topic tonight because it look like say this topic go be a make or break moment for salon. In fact, I see quite recently that the Sierra Leone, they ask a question, say if the tripartite go be Armageddon, like way you go say it go be like a make or break moment. And that's not a very good question. And because of this tripartite, people don't put so much, I go say, hope, particularly with brothers and sisters then at the APC, where they feel say this tripartite go reverse the election and also it go bring about Samoa Camara and like a switch or something. I want to address this, and again, that they go at the ambassador, the US ambassador to Sierra Leone, where himself, I get something for say about it look like say they talk too much because certain things then they I know say yes it be to we advantage to some extent because if you try for discourage waiting they go on right now, like in terms of the tension and also the way how people they perceive the whole thing. I believe say to some extent it will be in we favor. But however, like how they can say everything gets pros and cons. Where they can say back past marketing not good. So now that way they award for we see this particular situation that Salon saying Salon the way how we dey right now, me fumble them. If we not handle this tripartite, whether na recommendation or whether na the agreement to me fumble them, but off we go regret for do it till they try for do so where they inflame or where we they sort of raise the hype on this tripartite agreement or the conclusion of the tripartite and the recommendation and all that kind of thing there. So now that make this topic tonight, me fambulem, I want for looking back from APC then perspective. Because initially I be just look in a in a just specific to the law and that particular part of the Public Elections Act of 2022, where they say 7 days for like you appeal, and if you know if that 7 days they don't pass, you don't burn them. But I want for make people know say it not completely be true though, and APC still get lifeline. It just get for be a little bit messy. Okay, so I want for use this particular program tonight for as me understand them, for put everything I do, like again, the intention for doing this now for let people get better understanding, particularly the people that will not go better school, because the politicians them on both sides, they tell them different things, and even some supporters then they tell them different things them, we some not two, some not to two. So now that make I really want to focus heavily on the analysis. I know say Bokofuna can say, oh Mr. Kargbo, it's fine for your analysis for us, we learn a lot from you, and me in turn can say myself they learn a lot from una, myself can want for get una own analysis as well. So now two-way street, but this one tonight, I want to really go deep into the analysis, and before I open the phone line. So waiting at the topic where they talk about, we get for analyze antecedent decision. And the decision now is, we go ask the question, why APC now be challenge the 2023 election through the Supreme Court. So I read them by English for the people and way they watch, where they listen now we radio station, so let them go able for get clear, because again fumble them I go encourage una for let una share, because the more people then come, the better it will be for the discussion. Because yes, I will definitely open the phone lines them for let una self participate, but I want una give me a little bit of time before I do that, so I will do a thorough analysis tonight. So for the people and way there again, una way they watch we na Facebook, I want to say boku thank again, let we share, because the more people join, the better. And for the people in our YouTube, I want to say again boku thank, and all we platform them. But I go encourage you now also for let una download the VOS mobile app, because they una able forget me live as well, and plenty other programs them where even if another day on live on a cable get them programs then they. So fumble them again, I read the topic by English. So waiting another topic, this na topic we suppose for I believe say benefit all to the parties them for let them understand, and particularly the supporters, because I clearly believe say they get very good lawyers them we go able for advise them in a legal framework. But however, even the lawyers themselves do not get the constitutional mandate for interpret the constitution. So then go just give within we go call legal opinion. Now opinion themselves they give, because the constitution not give anybody other than the Supreme Court the right for interpret the law, until we within the law say how the people that we put together the constitution within their intent. So the Supreme Court now the only body that one day na salon, and where they don't say something like how they can say Nefcot final. So and that make it very important for we discuss this, and why I say so, because of the particular aspect we allow just quickly show una this headline way to me I feel say well for concern. And some people then will say, oh, not just dramatic headline. No, I don't think so. Myself really go along this line and believe say the tripartite now very important thing this. So according to the Sierra Loaded, they ask the question, will there be Armageddon after the tripartite committee? So that's a very big question, that Armageddon, when I look for the word, something where you go say like big catastrophe, big wahala la putampa kriyo. If it go be big wahala after the tripartite committee, so meaning waiting the committee get for come out with, if then they go be a situation where go favor the country, it will bring the country together, or it will turn the country apart. So what I go do, the way how I go tackle this, somebody actually, now if you not see the picture, Silvanus Koroma, he writes a piece, now the the Telegraph, where he asked this question specifically. Say why he explain, not a question. He explain from his own perspective what to make APC do not go court for challenge the result. So I go take again. I make a ask una for long. Be patient with me. So I go take me time and read them through. And where I read them, I go look at the different parts them where it point to for strengthening an argument. So where we do that, we go better understand whether or not it in the right track. Again, myself na my own opinion, but based on waiting I don't read, I decide say, okay, well, let myself give me opinion on this because this is very important for let we get them right. Because up till now, we get Boku as APC supporters them. We still believe say they're able for turnaround this election. And in fact, interestingly, I go say somebody we I go say na APC Agbagba na the Western area, it come hard on the ambassador. And it say the ambassador, and use a word we are very uncomfortable with. It say the ambassador, they kill democracy in a saloon because of where it talks say the probability of a rerun is very slim. I just the paraphrase now, but it kind of make them along that line. They say it will be very, very difficult for like we see a rerun because according to Ram, it say the constitution say now 7 days, and I go show another part day. 7 days for appeal, and that 7 days day. If appeal, go court, that means you don't burn them. So as a result of that, the ambassador interpret the constitution that way. Day. But to me, now I disagree with them a little bit. I go play that one day for now for people and way. I know say but I don't see this, but for people and now we don't see them, let unable get a better understanding of within the ambassador say for like una get them for sand. So I go play the ambassador in comment. And that comment day after which I go do the analysis proper. But before we do that though, I go encourage you now for like on a share and let we get more people and we go watch this program. Because this program today, probably after I don't discuss this issue extensively, like better one. I believe say Bokofuna go get plenty of the answers that they look for. Again, me not perfect. But I don't read the Constitution and my own understanding. I want to make it clear. I'm not a lawyer, but the Constitution, they write by English. Okay. So, and based on my English way, asabi. So now that way they are able for interpret the side way, how me see them. And I believe Sebokofuna go agree with me for Siam that same way there, because to some extent, not to say na deep English. And as a matter of fact, Constitution is supposed to be something we for simple for interpret, not to something we pass it up and say some particular areas them we go create like one word go mean different things, then the Supreme Court go come now because the lawyers themselves can get different interpretation of particular clause, particular sentence. So they not get nobody else for help them for break the disagreements they other than the Supreme Court. So again, similar to the lawyers them, but me, they give opinion as Sierra Leonean and somebody we I believe say I understand English, okay? But before that, while we also they get the opportunity for share, let we play the ambassador in comment, and after which I go talk small about the comment and read now to Una that article, the point where this Silvanos Koroma make by the Telegraph article where a give explanation as to why APC not be go court. And this, as a matter of fact, do you allow we not take like say na APC there official reason this because this person they represent APC. So I want to follow make them very clear in that regard there. Okay. So as a result of that, let we just see them no more as something where we go like where we go say some understanding, like FYI, so for we information, but let we not take saying the official position of APC. So I just want to make that very clear. Say waiting I get for read after the video, not to APC the official position that, but now somebody will give in your opinion and say that make APC not go court. And to some extent, given the supporters them and given waiting adoyeri from Boku, APC folks them, it look like say plenty APC people and they believe in that line day. So as a result of that, I feel say it will fine for reference that particular article there for let we take a lot from it. All right, so I go pause here and then let we play back the interview where the ambassador get with 98.9 when a Radio Democracy and 98.1 I should say when a Radio Democracy, and I want to tell them Boku thank you for that. And let we listen now to the ambassador again. For now, we don't listen to him. I just want to pay particular attention to the reason we make him believe, say, a Rerun not for be part of this discussion. I will come right back after that. On a stay tuned, family.
I'm the representative of the President of the United States of America, accredited to Sierra Leone. For me, it's been a real joy to be here, and I've enjoyed every moment of my time in the country so far. We have to take down the rhetoric. What Sierra Leone needs is an environment in which everyone is working together to promote national unity. United States view, what we're hoping is that the Electoral Review Commission will put out a comprehensive report that looks at two areas. First, legislative and constitutional changes that are necessary to ensure that the various deficiencies that were identified in the 2023 elections, the 2018 elections, the 2012 elections do not repeat themselves. And secondly, we're hoping that the committee will make recommendations as to how the government moves forward with accountability for the incidents that took place during the 2023 elections.
For some, there would be a rerun of the election. Is that in any way possible?
So, one, the rerun of the election is something that has come up multiple times from multiple quarters in the media. The scope of work that was laid out for the Electoral Review Committee, both in the Agreement for National Unity and in the Constitution of the Committee by the President, makes no mention of a rerun of the elections. And I think it doesn't do so for a couple of reasons. First, the time frame in which the electoral results could be challenged in court has long expired. The opposition made a decision to pursue other means to resolve their disputes than through a court challenge. Under Sierra Leonean law, as I understand it, a court challenge is the only way that we could look at invalidation of the electoral results. And as I say, under your law, there are specific timeframes under which that has to be undertaken, which have expired. So I don't think that that is a realistic scenario to talk about. I think what we need to be looking at, as I've said, is one, legislation, and two, accountability. I don't think talking about invalidation of results or rerun of the elections is helpful because it's not realistic. Let me start with the listener who asked for the definition of tripartite. The reason they call it tripartite is because it has three co-chairs. One of those co-chairs comes from the government of Sierra Leone, one comes from the All Parties Congress, and one comes from the United Nations. So that's why we call it tripartite, because there are three parties involved in chairing it, and three parties involved in the work of the committee. In terms of what is the committee's mandate, I think the committee's mandate was to review all of Sierra Leone's elections since you became a multi-party democracy. But the mandate says that whatever the committee recommends has to be realistic and it has to be implementable, which is why when people talk about are we going to invalidate the results and have a new election, as I said earlier, Sierra Leonean law is fairly clear on this point. That can be done by the courts based on an electoral petition filed within a specific frame of time. The opposition chose not to file a petition seeking the invalidation with the courts during that time frame. There isn't a space for a rerun. There isn't a space for an invalidation. So what the committee is focusing on is what is implementable.
The program now Good Morning Salute the Country from 98.1 FM. We round up with messages now Facebook page. This one Mohammed Tarawali. Please must ask the ambassador.
All right. Fambulem unadoyeri the ambassador. You make it clear, say according to a understanding of the Sierra Leone Constitution, you know real no and not see feasible and not see how we will do a rerun in that country day, particularly where it connected to the June 2023 election. So the part where it talk about saying according to the Constitution, I want to let people understand, say, it means, say, according to the Public Elections Act of 2022. What to make it say according to the Constitution, because the Constitution make them very clear. Say election lay a show another part day, and I will come back with this. So according to the Constitution, we section 42, subsection 2b. I go read them for now. It say the poll shall be taken by a secret ballot on such day or days at such time and in such manner as may be prescribed by or under an act of parliament. And this now the election of the president, particularly under the section. So it therefore say how then go conduct the election and all the thing that we get for do with the election of the president, parliament can pass an act. So this act now we refer to because the Constitution give parliament that right day for let them pass a bill we become act after we don't pass, the president don't sign them. So now now the reference as part of the Constitution. So I want for Leona get that very clear. So the Constitution by itself, inside yourself, not say that directly, but it give power to Parliament for let them pass an act where that act they now don't become law. Okay, the bill because the process is then they present a bill and then that bill they then deliberate on them and vote on them. Parliament approve them, and when the president sign them, it become a parliamentary act. We mean parliamentary law. So that act they now him the ambassador they refer to, and this section that act they. So the one way I highlight, so section 54(1) of the recent Public Elections Act, where now 2022, the side way I underline. Again, I will come back to this because APC then talk that article I get for read. It talk about this. So this now the time where the people or person we able for challenge the result in validity, and also the time frame where you for do that. So they make it clear in this act. And it say a person who is a citizen of Sierra Leone and has lawfully voted may in a presidential election challenge the validity that election by petition to the Supreme Court within 7 days after the declaration of the result of a presidential election under subsection 2 of section 51. And I go read that section 51 day. But this very clear, and I'll give no caveat, no different wording and editing. They make them very clear, say within 7 days after the declaration. And una member Corner don't declare. So immediately after corner declare, the countdown begin. Say it will be within 7 days. But now the argument, I will read the argument we brother they make another article there. The argument in say the countdown for begin where ECSL don't gazette the result. You see the technicality? So, but this particular clause not talk about the gazetting, it said the declaration. So where then declare the result, it will be within 7 days of the declaration. And not talk about the publication, and some technical part that saying, oh, where you don't publish the result. No, now the declaration where you don't announce the winners. So, and again, I will kind of point to that particular section there. We talk about how you publish and announce the result. But this clearly not talk about, say, 7 days after gazetting, after you gazette the result. And not say that too. So I just want to make that clear before I begin read the article. Because if it be say, after then gazette the result, then APC go get right. Because according to them, till now ECSL not gazette the result yet. And again, I will come to that particular argument there in terms of gazetting the result, because the section where they refer to, not specifically, because then they say, okay, well, CONEF publish the disaggregated result by polling station. And that section, they not specifically show how for publish the result or how waiting for gazette. So that's not another caveat. But again, I can't tell you no more. This program tonight, I want for really kind of scatter nyaka the whole topic, so people go able for hopefully put then confusion to rest. And I will tell you now upfront, based on my analysis, based on which I don't dig into, both APC and SLPP in this case, it just make the country difficult, running the country more difficult, even ECSL. But I will reserve that conclusion there. I just want for bring to our attention no more who's part of the Electoral Elections Act, the ambassador they refer to. Now just don't show now so now let I take me time now for read, because again I don't want for delay too much, because I want for able for open the phone lines, so when I go call in, so I go straight for read the article. Again, I'm not going to talk about any other thing tonight, but this particular decision where APC make, and I go tie them to the tripartite and try for wrap the whole thing and give me a conclusion. Me fumble them. So let we go now and let I read to Una. Waiting with brother Sylvanus Koroma, and actually I admire him where he put all them pieces here together. So I go just sort of go line by line. So according to him, as a matter of fact, this article now today, and at that make I decide, okay, well, I'll talk about him, because this whole tripartite thing, it only become somehow exhausting. We beaucoup people educated people uneducated people they all know waiting for be the next step. So now that make I decide in, because of love for the country and in my own little way, my own as thinking say 2 cents, I decide, okay, well, let I take a stab at it. Let I do my own little way for see how we go able, how I go able for bring them to our attention, so we all go learn from each other. So now let's read. According to Sylvanus Koroma, and from the Sierra Leone Telegraph, when today date, it said in order to determine the correctness or incorrectness for a petitioner in filing a petition lies on the gazetted results, without which the filing of a petition is meaningless. This is why the law repeatedly states that as soon as the results are announced, the national returning officer must or shall publish and gazette the results. We fumble them. That part there, the way how he understand them, I don't understand them that way there. Because as soon as, not a specific time that one day at all. So in say as soon as the results are announced, as soon as, and again, it miss the word possible. And last shown at the part where it refer to as soon as, but it missed the word possible. And that particular part there, ECSL don't make it clear, saying then go publish the result, but it go take time, the disaggregated result. So meaning, it's not possible yet, because to them, they crunch the numbers. And now one of the things this way, I believe say they do it deliberately for put this as soon as possible. They not put specific time, but in terms of this other one, the days them for contest the election, they specify them. Say within 7 days. So why do not put time? Say either within 24 hours or within a day or 2 or 3 days for publish the result. So that way people can go get enough time for crunch the result and determine if they want for contest time, because they get 7-day window. Because as a matter of fact, if not in the interest of Sierra Leone, not to gimmick kind of thing, the people and way put together, I go say specifically the SLPP, put together this Public Elections Act, therefore don't specify, don't have to put this as soon as possible. Let's show now who side they write them or how they write them. So certificate of election and publication of results. So now the section this of the Public Elections Act 2022, where we brought that they refer to. So the first part, we know say that's fine. Now the B part, but let's still read the first part. So according to 52, section 52 of the Public Elections Act, it say, the national returning officer shall, after declaring presidential election, so A, subject to paragraph E and F of subsection 2 of section 42 of the Constitution, and I go show you that, issue to the successful candidate a certificate of election in the form prescribed in Form B in the 5th section. So that one they then perform. We see where Carnegie, President Bill, the certificate, say he successfully win the elections and stuff. So they don't perform that. The other part now, so the second part now, and. So the B part, the side way I say we brought them left out. I don't know if I deliberate something. And as soon as possible, now underline that word though. As soon as possible. You don't get time. So it kind of depend upon waiting Corner things say possible. And Corner say it's not possible for release the disaggregated result as of right now. Whether you believe with you agree with reasons or not, now that's the act game say as soon as possible, and to not possible. So according to the section 52 B, it say as soon as possible cause the result of the election to be published by notice in the Gazette. And this other side, and in any other manner that he may think fit. So we know say it don't publish result, we in say na the result, where he believes say it thinks say na that manner they fit, but it's still not satisfied that gazetting of the result, because it declare section B say if for publish the result by notice in the Gazette. So not to that website where now they post them and in a form of press release, and we don't even get any comprehensive one past later. Where people don't complain, and una no say now this particular platform I be discover some mistakes, where then correct the mistakes. They don't even make the public know say mistake be there. And sadly enough, even when they correct that mistake, the same date where then be first put them out, now that same date they use for bringing the so-called revised version. So that by itself is fishy. But not to that point there, I want for deliberate too much now. I just want for deliberate on the article. So when I say as soon as possible, and Corner they say now at this time it's not possible, and that's not the wahala right now. We Usten Corner go publish them, and the big picture now is if Corner publish the result, and we can realize say President Bill not get 55% of the the result for win outright the first time. So now see where Corner don't put Salone in a very difficult situation. So but I go come to that because I go show now that side outside the Constitution, make them very clear. And I go show now back the section of the Constitution where now section 127, where go tell you clearly say anytime somebody can able go to the Supreme Court for go lodge complaint if they know say somebody don't waiting and call contravene part of the Constitution. So if the Constitution talk about 55% for let you win the presidency during a first round, and then we later discover say indeed they not get 55%. So yes, APC then put the position for then go to court and say, well, given the fact that the Constitution say 55%, but you not get 55%, una see that in the talk is still go left na the shoulder of the Supreme Court for look into that evidence there and pass a ruling what they call declaration. I go come to that, but I want to take them step by step. Now, I fully understand, because APC, no matter how they may go around, they still get for deal with the Supreme Court. Because now the only body that way the Constitution give the power for declare invalid election. Now the only man that, as long as the ECSL boss don't declare, nobody else not gets that constitutional mandate for reverse that declaration day, or for declare that declaration day invalid, or the elections results invalid. And the Supreme Court's no more. So, but APC say they're not going to deal with the Supreme Court. So I just want for Lona able to understand how this will be possible for let any other body change the outcome. So let me go back for continue reading waiting we brother the case where we brother the make. So the second paragraph is the gazetted results are the official results that the petitioner will use in court to make his are their claim or claims for the petition as provided in law. So it therefore say, well, the official result can not publish the official result. So because of do not get the official result, forget about the RF forms them we didn't get. But according to this, we brother, it make it clear. Say not only we then publish, then gazette the result, then the result we then gazette go considered official result, and now that time the APC or any other person go get the basis for then challenge the results, then they we then publish, we then gazette. So now the argument this they make. And to some extent, the gazetting, yes, you go say now the official result, but at the same time, the act make it clear, saying the declaration, that make them put the declaration and the publication, not to the same thing, no. So for declare a winner and for publish the result by gazetting that are two different things. So I make it very clear to people for declare the winner and also for publish the result by gazetting. Now two different things. So now according to the act, again for people and we kind of feel say, oh, it's confusing. No, it's not confusing at all. Because la put them back on the screen. The national returning officer shall, after declaring the presidential election, so meaning that the declaration is different from the publication of results. So again, waiting this act for challenge refer to not to the publication period, not to the publication say you for go to the Supreme Court within 7 days after the publication. Not to that it say after the declaration of the results. So when I see SLPP then cleverly deceive the country, I must put on this way. They know waiting that they do now. They no waiting that they do now, yeah. See, then say after. Because it will be easier if they say after the publication by gazetting the result. If they be don't put on there, say publication in the Gazette, then APC not for be worried. And for just say, oh well, we not get anything where they go with now court because we they wait, let them publish another the Gazette. But you see what in SLBP do? Because in my opinion, now plan where they don't get. And in craft them very well. But sadly enough, this kind thing, even though yes, they rush, but APC not be focused on the fine print, on the clauses them, the sections them, line by line, because like this, they for don't arrest them very clearly. Saying, okay, one section they talk about the gazetting of the result, then another section they talk about we only get 7 days for challenge the result after one another make the announcement. So therefore actually thinks, okay, well, what if then publish the result after 7 days? That means we not get any ground for challenge because then say we only challenge within 7 days. So Famula, now they see the point where they make now. So the challenge, therefore, we don't challenge the write-up of this particular act. But do not be doing. Instead, them want for scrap the entire thing and say, oh, the PR unconstitutional, this, that. So that's not be them focus. But the strategic thing for do is, while they be the effect by the PR, therefore we don't try for say no. This Public Order Act, this Public Elections Act, it gets some vague writing in Panam. So the first one, we then say as soon as possible, not a specific date. So, but this one, because they want for let it capture, let it bet the opposition or whoever go challenge the result, then put specific time, specific days. So be very specific. Say 7 days. But the other one, we favor them, they not put specific dates. They just say as soon as possible. And as soon as possible can be any time. It can be 1 year, it can be 2 years, it can be 5 years. At that time there, you feel say you able get all the record the state, you get all the numbers them together. Now the time that it's possible for let you publish the disaggregated result. And Cornell be don't give you that kind answer there. Say a willing for publish the result, the disaggregated result, but again for take time for let put all the numbers then they together. And it not give any time frame. Because they don't tell and waiting for say. Because they don't plan all this. So now make their slot for kind of mislead the APC and the Sierra Leone'S them. Then put as soon as possible. And they're very vague. And then they haunt the country so now. So let I continue for read on. And I will go to on our comments them very shortly, but let I continue for read on. Because like I say, this is not the topic where I want to deal with today, the entire program. So it don't make the case saying without the published result, we now the official numbers than that, they're not going to get any case. So now I make APC not go court. And Boku supporters, then they say this. But in terms of the Public Elections Act, and not getting room, and not getting room for say, okay, well, let them wait until then get the published result. They're not getting that room there at all. So it continue for say the result announced based and are from the result that the National Returning Officer, in this case, Kone, had already received in a tallied, computed, and certified form. This is why the law mandates him to publish and gazette as soon as he has announced the received results. If I'm not to so them put them, not to so them put them at all. And put and say as soon as possible. So my brother miss that possibly. I don't see it don't do and tutor now. So it look like saying a deliberate something, not for puts the possible. Because where you say as soon as possible, it don't make her now subjective. So it's subjected to the possible for provide that. Unless the court give them timeline now, and then go abide by that timeline. But as long as APC no go court for compel them and give them timeline, if humble them as soon as possible, like I say, it can be 5 years from now. At that time, they then feel say possible for release, for publish the results at the Gazette. So let's continue for read me fumble them according to this article. So the article continue for say, except if my revered colleagues are in support that ECSL should not produce the results and must remain untransparent, and that the petitioner or petitioners is or are to petition the Supreme Court without the evidence for the challenge or petition. So in the try for saying maybe other people look at differently, say then for don't go court, APC then for don't go court, even though they don't get evidence for challenge the petition. But whether they get evidence or not, unfortunately, the Public Elections Act, where they agree to na Parliament, where Parliament pass, give them that wiggle room there. say them for wait till them publish the result now the Gazette. And not get in that wiggle room there. I don't show now. And make it clear. Say you go only petition the result within 7 days. We gonna declare the winner. 7 days after declaration. So, and I'll say after the publication. So all that now the sort of technical aspects them of this whole thing, where I want for draw to our attention, me fumble them. So now let we move forward for better understand within we brother say. So it continue for say, if that is your take, my esteemed colleagues, I will not subscribe to the view of the American ambassador that the time to challenge a petition has long passed, especially knowing the position of the aforesaid court in the consolidated cases of Sylvia and Samuel Kamara's cases as precedent. So it time for say, okay, well, the previous case, they don't do that. Sylvia, we don't contest the previous election. Samuel contest the previous election. Nothing will come out of it and stuff. But that still no warrant for say, let them know for bigger court. Because again, as I make it very clear to our Fambulem, a clear say this after the declaration, then give us 7 days. So if after 7 days or within 7 days, on a no contest the election or on a no petition the election, for now, I will say for now, on a go for Sokana Bobby, but I go show now the other side where I feel say it will catch the SLPP folks them, including President Bill. So it continue for say, in that matter, even without touching on the substance of the case, the court dismissed the matter because the petitioners, among other reasons, failed to provide evidence for their case. So it therefore key example of Samuel Kamara and Sylvia Blyden, then case, say the court not be even listen to them case, then dismiss them case because they not get enough evidence for like the court go able for say something or whatever it is, rule in their favor or against them. So then to the court to go with them case because they not be get sufficient evidence. They not be get any evidence according to them. So it continue for ask the question now saying, how can you, for instance, argue on irregularities or fraud on your petition of result when you do not have the said result that you want to prove your case on? Fair enough. Now, great point. But unfortunately for me, brother, as I continue for say, the first part where APCB don't make mistake, that Elections Act, that accept where they accept that Elections Act, to me, a big mistake. They be supposed for them go through all them clause here and then try for propose amendment. Because to me, I believe say during the argument, if them be say, okay, well, we agree for the 7 days for petition the result, but what we want for Lona do is una say after they don't gazette the result and there is the publication for B, therefore B don't get all this disaggregated result by polling station. It ain't writing. And at that, some of the things then that Donald Trump they capitalize on America with things that not in writing. So even though the intention could be that, but because in order clearly in writing, so down in a loophole, we then can call lacuna. So because of that, it makes it very difficult for like they make that argument today. And possibly SLPP do them deliberately, saying, okay, well, they're not going to get sufficient evidence because, shamefully, way the chief minister, they say, well, APC then gets the RR form, let them care and go, let they use them for as the evidence and stuff like that. But then in another case. But to me, SLPP do them deliberately for mislead the Salon public. Because this not something we then do by mistake. Then deliberately craft this Public Elections Act for they hold the people we go contest the election to 7 days and now publish the result, now gazette the result within that time day and up till now, because they don't let people then get evidence. So now some of the reason that we make they say if APC be go court, then they use part of the law we say then for force ECSL for publish that one way that we brother lawyer Marabi they try for do, but not get so much support for the BNA. So maybe that route there. So let us therefore conclude this read. So it conclude for say there are both constitutional and other statute violations by ECSL, particularly including the primary statute. So it quotes now PEA, which stands for Public Elections Act 2022, that ECSL has violated to confer advantage to both BO and the SLPP. It imply, say yes, na advantage to BO and SLPP. But because the Public Elections Act not give any specific time where if I publish the result na the Gazette, I don't feel say commit any crime, and not violate any act, any statute, in my opinion. I don't feel say na violation of any statute, because they don't give any specifics as to precisely, just like how them put precisely, say you get 7 days for let you contest the election. They not put say it gets specific time where if I publish the result na the Gazette. They not make they act say as soon as possible. And ECSL don't make them clear, say it's not possible for let them publish the result, the disaggregated result by polling station, because according to them, the time and resources were involved. Do not get that. So it concludes by saying, I am maintaining my argument that until the June 2023 election results are published and gazetted, the elections are not over, and that the American ambassador was not correct in saying that the time to challenge the result has elapsed. He said the American ambassador not get that not correct by saying that. Let's read that last part again. I am maintaining my argument that until the June 2023 election results are published and gazetted, the elections are not over, and that the American ambassador was not correct in saying that the time to challenge the elections has long passed. So that's my opinion. The thing we are going to say about the ambassador, not to responsibility that for interpret Sierra Leone constitution, not to a mandate. It's supposed for the left and with the Supreme Court. So that side clearly I don't feel say a diplomatic on in part. But for say it not correct, it very clear, my brother, and I put them back for people that we just join we. Waiting is saying yeah. This is where I highlight the A part. A person who is a citizen of Sierra Leone and has lawfully voted may, in a presidential election, challenge the validity of that election by petition to the Supreme Court within 7 days after the declaration of the result of a presidential election under subsection 2 of section 51. So very clear, if fumble them. So the section 51 subsection 2 now shown so this now so B as soon as possible cause the result and all that thing. So a very clear now saying my brother I think I not getting right because the act make them very clear say 7 days after the declaration of the result. And the declaration of the result, the 7 days don't elapse. We, in my opinion, from waiting I just don't show now, the ambassador get correct. It just happened almost not a responsibility that for interpret the constitution. Now the Supreme Court responsibility for interpret the constitution. So now, before I open the phone line, I know see people that don't have the line now already, but before I open the phone line, let us show now the Constitution. Why I go say President Bill no get off the hook 8. Very clearly, he no get off the hook 8. So this way, now, section 127A of the Constitution. Section 127A of the Constitution. Before I tell you force in terms of the enforcement of the Constitution, let us show now force the section we deal with the presidential election. So the one that we highlight, section 42, subsection 2, B. I'd read them say the Constitution give Parliament the right for let them pass a bill and then become law as to how for run the election. And that's make all the talk is centered around the Public Elections Act. So now let we go to E, subsection E. And that's now the major aspect. What did he say? No person shall be elected as president of Sierra Leone unless at the presidential election he has polled not less than 55% of the valid votes in his favor, and in default of a candidate being duly elected under paragraph E, so meaning that if the person not get 55% of the valid votes during the first round, so here is the caveat. The two candidates with the highest number or numbers of votes shall go forward to a second election, which shall be held within 14 days of the announcement of the results of the previous election. And the candidate pulling the higher number of votes cast in his favor shall be declared president. So this I go say the president not get off the hook it. If for whatever reason the tripartite able forget corner for present the disaggregated result because they want to look into the result so then we will know who's waiting go wrong and maybe try for recommend reforms. this go by to President Bill. Because if the result, the disaggregated result where Corner go present to them, if at all a present unto them, and then they realize, say, President Bill no get 55% of the valid votes cast in favor, then that means it don't violate this section of the Constitution. And waiting will happen now, me fumble them. Here we go with section 127, subsection 1. A person who alleges that an enactment or anything contained in or done under the authority of that or any other enactment is inconsistent with or is in contravention. Underline that word there. Contravention of a provision of this Constitution may at any time bring an act in the Supreme Court for a declaration to that effect. So you see how this opened the door for let's steal APC then go to court? Then just need for show, say President Bill not get get 55% of the valid vote. This one not give any time where anybody can come with that allegation there to the Supreme Court and say ECSL don't contravene a provision of this Constitution, where in this case, now section 42. So if the able get that evidence there, with this provision, not let yet for let APC still go court and say, okay, we don't get the evidence. Say President Bill not get 55%. So don't ECSL, because now then declare President Bill, we not a President Bill in fault. So then go say, ask the Supreme Court now for let them declare on the matter. So now that side they want for they talk about me SLPP, me APC brothers. And me SLPP brothers, when I know President Bill, get off the ukit. If even it take 1, 2, 3, 4 years, you still, if Kone publish after 2 years, after 3 years, then evidence shows say get 55% of the valid vote cast. Then anybody can go to the Supreme Court because they say any citizen will vote. Cable go to the Supreme Court. It not necessarily mean APCSF. Anybody can go to the Supreme Court and then say ECSL not consistent and they don't contravene this provision of this Constitution, this section of this of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, 1991. So as a result, go ask the Supreme Court for letting declare. And that same day now, the Supreme Court go declare President Bill election as invalid because una don't get proof, say win 55% of the vote. So this is not the caveat way I want to bring to our attention from them. And now another thing where I want for answer where Boku people then say, oh, President Bill, why you worry for like the sworn in and stuff like that. No, it didn't have the Constitution, and in fact not to the Act, that Public Elections Act. It didn't have the Constitution, section 42, subsection 3 of the Sierra Leone 1991 Constitution. The last highlight. It said a person elected to the office of president under this section shall assume that office on the day upon which he is declared elected by the returning officer, or upon the date that his predecessor's term of office expires, whichever is the latter. So not to President Bill craft or where people and they say, oh, don't worry because of a rogue election. Now make you worry, let them go swear in and stuff. No. The Constitution make it very clear. Say the very day where they announce, say you don't win the election, that very day you for assume the presidency, that office day. And you go only assume the office where you don't take the oath of office. So me fambulem, I hope say this throw light. Not to President Bill, mago for letting let the Chief Justice swine, no, now the Constitution say, and for swine the same day after we don't declare a winner. So I hope say this very clear. So let's take the first call. Now the phone lines they're open, and before I take the call, I take the call. This person on the at the line for too long. VOS Network. Hello, caller. What's your name and who said you call from, please?
Hello?
Yes. What's your name and who said
Yeah,
you
Mr.
call from?
Kargbo. I'm James, Virginia. How are you?
Hello, brother James. Thank you so much for calling. And what's your take on the program tonight, sir?
Yeah, Mr. Kargbo. Do you know that there's a precedent to this particular thing where you blame SFPP that the Electoral Act, who say within when the Electoral Commission has declared somebody as a winner within 7 days? Do you know that that was the reason why 2012, the same growth carried within 2012, when President Bio, Dr. Bubakar Jabi, and others, Joe Openjam Benjamin, they took challenged and Kuma election, re-election, 2012. They alleged that country was going on they were recounting for non-vote when Christian Atop that night they declared an Kuma winner. When they take a they go out of 1 day out of 7 days, the Supreme Court kick her out of court because of that. They don't even listen to the substance of the argument. So, not on the civil service, on with one APC mistakenly they don't file case within that 7 days because of the precedent when we don't Supreme Court we don't set in that 2012 election. They don't even listen to the substance of the case. Definitely, as I tell you, say, the Supreme Court today, we don't want to listen. APC, they don't want to. So, just do research. 2012 election. That was the reason why Bubakar Jabi, John Opojan Bagami as the chairman, and Bio Cole case were kicked out of court without even listening to the substance of the argument. So that's saying there's a precedent to it, and APC knew about it. They know because they know about it. So, and that act, even though we blame SFPP, that act has been existing since election started in Sierra Leone. So now most of the acts are what I say. So I don't want to spoil it, blame SFPP.
Yeah.
That thing, if you watch 2012 Electoral Act, it was there. 2006 Electoral Act, it is there. 2002 Electoral Act, it is there. It's not like SFPP just got it in. It has been there as old as election, democracy election started running in Israel. So, you want to say something, sir?
Yeah, well, I don't want for it too much into your time, but I will pause your time because we get other callers them. Let not take too much.
Yes.
Let not take too much time. Let pause your time. The point where we make a blame SLPP, saying
Yes,
if now in the interest of the country, therefore we don't put them clearly, say not to 7 days after declaration of the result, but rather if it be 7 days after publishing the result in the Gazette. Now that's not what I say. So because
that's how school it has been written, not to SFPP, you just only SFPP more like I would have said it. That thing, as they tell you, it has been written. They tell you when like one was in Parliament, it was there. Maybe 2012, that was the reason, and SFPP knows about it. Not like ambush a test for them.
Yeah, but
They don't use them
yeah, but you didn't
against SFPP.
you didn't miss my point. Whether they be don't use them before or
What's the
not.
point?
Wait, the point why
No, but like you, the way you talk now, like since it was ambush. So say
yeah,
people they don't know about that.
yeah, but it very
Every lawyer know they know about that.
so
They
that
know
mean,
about that. That way existing. They don't use that. They don't become a precedent. So and
this
all the
and
honorary books, all the APC honorary books.
allow you time and let we not argue. I just
So
want to make me case.
let's be clear about these people of Sierra Leone. Not only like ambush SFP set for APC. It's something that was Public Election Act was discussed, debated in Parliament. APC was even majority to sign that Public Election Act passed by one person. Remember that Kargbo election where SFP lost, where the guy go become president. So that they allowed that people pass.
Yeah, but James, you didn't
They
mix
did
up.
not pull that thing.
You didn't mix.
So it's not like ambush.
Mix up the argument. Let we stick to the 2022 Act. Waiting is say.
No, the 2022 Act. Now they tell you, Mr. Kargbo, the way you present that, like I said, people ambush APC. Like something they do on the cover, APC don't know about it. They knew APC MP knew about it. Now the Electoral Act. Okay, I will come back.
Yes, please. Thank you. Let me take another call. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting your name and who said you call from, please. Yeah, caller, you there on now live. Waiting your name and who said you call from. Hello. All right. Well, let we go to another caller. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting your name and who said you call from.
Hello, Mr. Kargbo. How are you, sir?
I did do well, brother. Thank you so much. So go ahead, please. Waiting you.
It's time to sign a call from Maryland.
Yeah, waiting you take.
Thank you for your brilliant analysis. Anyway, but you began to talk this word from start. Everything we talking and come to pass soon. As I said last week, for parable, they say the truth we don't talk case done. We see case long, now we don't talk the truth. And I in the ambassador don't do so. Unfortunately, what they make the ambassador talk that truth because the APC they all depend on for talk that truth. They no agree talk Like the one we don't, the only I will talk that truth. Now that be the JFK, that former Attorney General when the President and Nkrumah in attorney or a lawyer where they represent them. A very sharp man. Nine advice. But one man discard our things now we don't turn the bad blood seven at the party now because of that advice day. But this article they read and nothing former president and Nkrumah is called and I write and Silvanus Nkrumah. And Papa namesake, so I take her with a grain of salt. I understand this in your opinion, but you know, that's good for them. I know say they go to the field. The man that we will be in the airport will say they drink Matthias. We be the way that you're doing that. It's in the man and Nkrumah small brother. The other person I blame back in Dr. Abdul Karim because one of the drafters, one of the smartest lawyers in that country. That's of the constitution. One of the drafters, original drafter of the 99. So in self-self, technology, they afraid for your own. Or let them concern and make it keep to respect because now we get high respect. They don't go to vice president. They try to keep that with it. But me take what I get for this talk way, this ambassador talk. Now that talk we we all 2 weeks ago. We say they invite Dr. Samuel Kamara and not go. The ambassador clarify everything. Not to say not one go, but he say mama. So insist that die. Insisted that and the ambassador talk. So now wait after because the process they're supposed to do according to the tripartite agreement. So now look, let us insist that on after the morning, let us see if we go show up, let them continue the process because one of the main candidate will stand against President Badabio. The only fear is Madam Fadima will make one brilliant analysis. That day, we bring that someone come and talk. He said people and we it's like say they want to sell salon for tobacco or in collect out they do the slavery time. That thing they're gonna made. Yeah, I be listening to the console right now. So the only thing I'm gonna operate to God no more now because APC not to say no get bookman, they get bookman them. But the bookman they fully one the way I don't know if they say first and I will like pull up last week I say first they say when APC people educate and say by Lobari you say they be cynical. So most of people now, most of the grassroots that trade as them, you know, then they trade in business. So they don't understand better, you know. And the people they always say, what you make I respect them because they don't mix up with confusion. Or you see them this so.
All
Then
right.
trading, they care about the money.
Yeah.
So they give up the wood take, but them trade that with the same market over them. Then trade that in. The people are very responsible.
Okay.
We
Your time done. We get plenty calls down the line. Let we give people a chance because I know this is a very sensitive issue, and I really want to give as many people a chance as possible. Yeah.
No problem, sir. Thank you very much.
Back.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your submission, sir. All right. Let me take WhatsApp. Go ahead. What's your name and who they call we from, please?
Mr. Kargbo, they call from US.
Hello, brother. How do you do? Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for this great work we do for explain this constitution and the acts for make we understand. First of all, I want to know the constitution and parliamentary acts. Which one get which passing company?
Well, I be making clear say the constitution give parliament the responsibility for and come with an act we go show how for conduct the election. So and when it become law, you consider that as part of the constitution. Because the constitution provision for the Electoral Act.
Okay, Mr. Kargbo, I want to agree with you 100%. We talk say everything will happen inside this 2023 election was planned and coordinated by the SLPP. I see one gentleman, they argue, say the acts belong be from yesterday. But it spelled out clearly, say the acts na 2022. They not talk say 2018, they not say 2012, not say 2006, they say 2022. Then 2022, now SLPP, now they be there a majority. And then go on deliberately, because after the election 2016, APC now they became majority. SLPP then they remove 10 parliamentarians from the APC. They not conduct election where the law say for conduct election. They not conduct election, then go through the courts and then put the young people there where they can second per the election. And the election who sign an NGC, somebody na can second, then go conduct them. Then a constituency 110. And then conduct up to 3 times, then they lost. Finally, then give up. They not say they're not going for win the election. Now we can count this act, the latter part. Because get forget election 2023, don't count the act 2022. So people then they concentrate per campaign and do other things then. So not pay attention per that, but then close in the way it talks so say as soon as possible. People don't pay attention. So now, then they use that now for justify this evil where they don't cause against we country and we the people in Sierra Leone. And I tell you, Mr. Kargbo, no matter what he then do, Mohamed Kone in a producer election results in a pulam. No matter, I let them talk, then do this, then do put every kind of thing. The producer. Right now, another area say from the Tripartite committee say what they ask them, the results will go down, district results will go give, different districts, you know, county, actual, that's how they want. It gets them, but you know, go do them. Because you know, say, if you present them, no problem for the SLPP government, it might be all. So, when we put Salon first, this thing is not about Sierra Leone. Tomorrow, SLPP get for left power. Another person go come. It go do the same thing waiting SLPP do so. How then go feel as them they when an SLPP supporter? If voting then happen so na salon, it be saying at them if they happen to. For two, Mr. Kawo like word on for dona salon. Because we sabi them. And this now for stop. Not all because you get power, you they use your power for create harm na the country. The country sufferness in the country. People they suffer just because of this particular mistake. They don't say Madhabio no win. Madhabio no get 23, 25, 55%. They know that they. One make on know that they. So they not go produce them. They not go produce the results. They not go produce the result. So they use this one where they can now say, hey, APC for don't go court, then just they use them as excuse. Now so APC for we go court. Done. Wait here for don't judge the case and them kick the case out. The way APC for continue for to say, but then go court, the Supreme Court, the loss.
Oh, okay. Well, unfortunately, time
don't take the case in court, then throw him back. Just a court scholar to talk say the Supreme Court to weigh the case for small thing.
Yes, but
and a bad precedent. This is bad precedent when they said so. Now for tomorrow, okay. Not for today, now for tomorrow. With all this electoral reform when they do so, now for nothing. This tripartite reform, now for nothing. Who for no?
Okay. All right. Well, call me back. Your time done.
God bless you, my brother.
Thank you very much, brother. All right. Let me take more calls. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting on your name and who side you call from, please.
Good evening, Mr. Kargbo. This is Mans.
Hello, brother Mans. Thank you so much for your call. Waiting on you take on the program tonight, sir.
Well, thank you very much, sir. First of all, I must commend you. Say, I'd only seen plenty analysis when it comes to the law, waiting make the opposition or go court, within the law say about the 7 days, the publication. But I don't think say anybody don't use the word declaration before tonight. Probably I don't remember, But I think say for anybody we care about the two, if I listen your analysis again, therefore listen and back. As long as you care about the two, therefore go back and listen to all which you talk. Very brilliant points them, and you spot on 100% correct. Now, me now one possibility of the opinion say, with constitution, now we leading problem na saloon. Because, let me say so, the people that we write with constitution, especially 91 constitution, they don't write with them, objectively looking at the future. Then just write in a way so that it will suit the situation where they be depend. So all the other people, the way they come, where they make acts in our country, especially when it comes to elections acts, they make them in such a way we will suit them. They make them in such a way we then go try to deceive the other side. Then we'll make them in such a way we will benefit them. That's what they do. And until we get people them where they write laws, where they look at the future generation, where they write law, where no respect nobody but fear and objective to everybody in the country, we're not going to stop forgetting kind of problem here. One thing what you always say, how you go talk say, person gets 7 days for going to court, but yet still, you get 24 hours for swearing the president. Match mathematically, makes sense. Because if I get complaint, you forgive me enough time for let me complain, and when you look at me complain, before you say, okay, since nobody not get complain, you are the president, you are the winner. So makes sense. But because the one the way writes with constitutions, then we get this criminal mind for deceive the other people. Then we get this mind for staying at power. Then we get this mind for let them be the Lord. Now that's the lead with all them problem there. And until we get people where they come, you say, salon. Me know what for me are the right time for. But the write this constitution, and they make laws them for tomorrow Bambai. And they make laws them we will be fair and we go ready for protect everybody. We will continue for get problem. Koniman die, Koniman bere. If APC be in a power, now the same way they say for play with the law. We SLPP day, now the same way. But how long we will continue? So until we get a break in this chain, we will continue for see the problem. We will continue for they be like how they be and so, and nothing good no go happen at Salon. Thank you very much.
Oh, brother Mans, and again, I can always say, you're another brilliant analyst. The way how you did tackle things, and I for say Boku Tenki, that point where you make in terms of 24 hours, one day, we they don't, in fact, less than a day because they say the same day after the declaration, so in less than 24 hours. And I believe saying that's making 2018, President B.O.B. the rush for let them go swine because then do the declaration on net. And that same net day, then call the Chief Justice for go swine because the Constitution say the same day. So I don't know what thing will happen if it kind of skip to another day and then there will be another constitutional crisis. But the Constitution say the same day, and then for swear you in, and that's made them do them. But brilliant point where you make, where you say why then for Rush swore in the president assume office, but yet then give you say 7 days for let you contest the result if you're not satisfied. And me, if for be the swearing in, for be after. If nobody not contest at all, then they swear you in. But if somebody contest, then go make the case and make sure say, in fact, enough for be specifically the 7 days, if for be even 3-4 weeks. So then look say, okay, by the time that they make past the verdict and everything, then go don't finish with the case before they swear you in. So it not go be a difficult issue. Let me take another call. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting on you, inside the call from.
No, okay. I go left me call because like if you don't even object to me when they call way and they talk the truth. So that I left her.
No, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
No,
If I disagree with you, no mean say for call though. You
no,
say
and you condemn me point. You see, the point at issue is we are big enough. I'm over 70. I know the problem Nasaro. We problem Nasaro, not a constitution or what they call it. To tell you the thing, that tribalism is the problem. From 1953, I can tell you step by step from when National Council and UPP begin. All the time, the political what they call of this country, I know. Tribalism is now a problem. People are not capitalizing on it now and divide the country. Now then they enjoy the benefit, the sweet of it. All these things and they talk demonstrate this and that, it not go happen because the country is divided. And it is divided on tribal lines. But I mean, we have to call a spade a spade. Certain people and they way don't detribalize the country, then they mix up everything for we. All them things, then criminal act here. You say 7 days for protest election result, then you they swear the man 24 hours. Where you don't declare, I don't swear I'm in. Who's going to call you power? You go get after 7 days for go. I mean, contest result. You know, it's just unfortunate. It adds some of we. Where now you for the afraid for go now your country because you get some barbarians, the hooligans, savage, the way they control. You know for talk. What do you mean? Anna? Most of it picking a common 19 Chikonko road. Picking one see you are the see where the for Ramano for go na my country. I beg you, I left this. Yeah. I beg, no left this. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much for we call.
Yeah.
No take call. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting on your name and who side they call from, please.
Yeah,
What's up, guys?
Chicago. I call from Virginia, from the viewers family.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, brother. And waiting on you take on this program tonight, sir.
Yes. I'm sorry I not be meet up the beginning of the program, but I'll be able to get part of them.
Okay.
Me won't take first of all, so I want to do if the tripartite for come up with any recommendation. I want to make sure say we get a specifying date. Like America, so we get a date say November so time and so time now we get election. There would then go explain how to another day. So nobody know we change them. It could at the constitution, it could at the election act, whatever say. When November now we get the election after 5 years. So get that date. So then it would be more time to the other party than to say election at this time. Yeah. But within that they do the ruling party they always take advantage because they don't say and then about now when one pronounce the election will come, then it will come. Why then go different campaign? Okay, it's taking a time or whatever, then count that. So for free and fair game, they will specifying month, day, that for the election, that the years the number for the change. And number two, let them make sure say the military will be neutral. If it all the party them, if you know like 5 soldiers they get for kid or whatever, then they get protection, where them go out to campaign freely. So the government will get advantage over the people then. Because one of the things the way the ruling government they always take advantage. We come to next. Remember who were married, the Christian, they were married, they could therefore ask who that found I asked who they will not let this marriage for rights. They would declare say, okay, now this person also go say that or nobody not pronouncing self, then the pastor will declare the marriage, let the marriage go ahead. So what you could do, if you don't say they don't do the election, then they make sure they publicize and gazette them within 72 hours. They put out the constitution for this. If they boldly say within 72 hours they don't make. So within 10 days, all the parties that we did, then we don't get sufficient time. They play get dates for the way for publicize the result. This is by this date and every silent and look onto them within certain time. So if you don't say that 72 hours, you don't publicize that. If you put the 7 days, say 9, if you don't come for contest them, so we go to now, publicize the result. So how APC will go, how APC they will go in a court or whatever. So if you don't get them within 72 hours, then we'll get specialists within 2 days or 3 days, they look into the election result and everything. If they send it for anything now, they'll go give their scope and let them go in the court. But if you then do them openly for the result or whatever, not give it, but they give them the 7 days, then they all have kid them now. They use them now. 7 days are not going to court, 7 days are not going to court. But when they don't publicize the result, and they know nothing for go challenge, which is completely wrong. Law therefore fix a lot of things there for any election to come. And obviously this election still on because if you see with the tripartite, the election still on and not still ended. Matter you know that. And there's people that know that. That's the power of people that know that. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to see election done, then they begin to negotiate or whatever. That. We all know say this particular election is not correct. There's a lot of things that happen. But what you want to say, for always SMPP them, the power for them, then deprive the Northern and the APC them for register. Because then take them, machine them, then charge them, then give them for go register that is south. When it comes to the north, they give them die back to them, will not be able for register. Within that 1 day, they cancel the order, then give generator, they say, okay, not give generator for charge them back to the register. They still go and make confusion for them, they will register people them. Then go back again, then register people and then go take people in Liberia, they come for register them, then register them. It's still no work, then go the machine back inside Liberia for who register people then. Why is the people that they don't say that down in Guinea, they go come support the opposition when the APC party?
Okay, unfortunately, time don't beat you. Call me back, my brother. Let me not keep, I try for be fair. Say me somebody where they practice democracy, and I want for practice with how they preach. They are big. Call me back, yeah. Thank you very much. Let me take on that call. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting on your name and who they call from, please.
Yes, Mr. Kargbo, this time to sign again, sir.
Hello, brother Lusan.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I listen to my brother in contribution, Mr. Mans, yes. Where he make a good point because the cohesive stops. we see the word is where, and I think I make one of the reasons make the organize this tripartite for correct them mistake than they. Unfortunately, that's what therefore don't explain originally to the supporters and both APC and SLPP for saying that the reason this some of them lacunas and they want to correct them. But the unfortunate thing I think happen at Salon, I declare to compare the country like Senegal because now they're the model of democracy in our region. I don't know when they quit. President Senghor will be the first president. He ruled for about 20 years. Maintain stability. Unfortunately, Salon now they are give independence. For 4 years. He go independent 61. I think say that is 64. So that's 3 years. Unfortunately. So stability. When you see that prime minister, then first begin. I mean, now 2 years first, and the APC come out basically. So they end up winning the 67 election. What if they be those patient? Then be like Senegal, despite they go and turmoil, but then keep them democracy. They not bring one party. Because Alvin Albert Magai said we start for we advocate one party because the system, the institution will be so strong, they reject them. If the SLB then vote against them, they say no, we don't want one party in this country, and make a backup. But checking now, the one that we cow it, like then one of the smartest man as ever, this Dr. Suri Fona, one of the best journalists, Ibrahim Taki, the one that one of the one that we open newspaper in another country, they will be that we open newspaper will be reputable newspaper. The only way convince them make them go from this APC way can now. So they want to say, we don't say, they are one party, why they bring come? Now that's happening then. Now they like it today. And we change this constitution. And this constitution has been one party constitution on the 1978 to the 1991 they per power. They don't get too much pressure. The international committee and they say, well, we do this, and they don't make this constitution for fit themselves. For me, they don't for 25 years, for me, they continue. But unfortunately for the country, the revolution will take place, we start to take over, now everything just collapse. So Bakabaka another choice for what he meets. He said no, we do this constitution because another constitution will be get after independence. Now will be solid. But this constitution now we still get now the rule. But my God, power this tripartite with them also. So then they say Dr. Justin Kawana, he say the one of the minister, then the deputy attorney general and minister of justice. He say Justice Kawan in that review what they be conduct. They want to bring and come back at Parliament, make them vote on some of the entrenched clauses that the Constitution don't want to entrench and go for do referendum. That's all. Now the open would wait for now. We see if other opposition go do because they say according to the attorney general, they're not talk nothing. How that man put them. The recommendation will be give the former president and Skoma will not be just fully white people, they will not enforce them. They say that the same thing they bring back, let them enforce them. So by God, understand that they will bring peace to the country. Until we go like Senegal, we at least right now then that the system of the institution is so strong that that man not able to do what he will do.
Yes.
We will reverse all thing back.
Yes.
The constitution and catch up.
Yes.
Because the parliament said they don't back and we go the institution is so strong.
Yeah.
They make them able to do this one.
I agree with you completely, and me said a hope, but I hope no more. I'm not convinced saying President Bio, but let we hope for the better. All right, well, I'll call you back. Your time done, but a very good point you make. If we able to get a president, we go able to say, you know what? Yes, I they benefit from this, but however, I want to put the country into its force. So let we review this constitution and make the necessary change in the interest of the country. To me, I feel say that particular president, they will go very well in history. Okay, let's take additional calls. VOS Network, hello caller, waiting your name and who they call from, please. WhatsApp, go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Kargbo, how you doing?
How do you do? Well, Sisi. Thank you so much for your call. And waiting your own take on this program tonight, please.
Hello, thank you for your analysis.
You're welcome.
You know, I see a lot of discrepancy on these elections and the results. and I can see also a deliberate act for overthrowing the democracy of Sierra Leone, where people don't suffer for. When I listen to your analysis, you see the controversial way of Kone acts towards this election. Now, if the constitution, the same constitution will say 7 days after the result, after they don't call the result, and then the same constitution say again, for publish the results as soon as possible. But now look at it this way. If they go to court for go argue on something without no result, when the segregated result, the result where the person call, now you forgo it. Now the man not agree for release that result. How you go able to go to court? How? And if this is the problem where make the tripartite come to the country for, don't just wait and see what are the recommendations, because it don't make sense if the tripartite cannot help us with this mess where Kone don't create in our country deliberately with Madabio. Madabio do this, he program even the judiciary. He makes sure say you don't put them to your side. Even if APC they go safe, like they go just see them like buffoons, then they go laugh at them, they kick them out. And then the international, wherever people will say, well, this is the law of the country, they said you don't have a case. Now, within this terrain, they say no, we'll not go. We'll sit down because they're just fed up of everything. They don't see from the beginning of elections, the ID card and everything. They say, okay, now we just have not go to court. So if tripartite don't put, America don't put so much money on this tripartite, I mean, let's see how this is gonna come out. If they can tell me, say, we the people of Sierra Leone say, that them, they not get no arms, they will give Madabio chance for overthrown Sierra Leone 3 times because they ain't one grain, Sierra Leonean. And then Sierra Leone go see what they get for do. I'm sure America not go out for see Sierra Leone into chaos. But then go see how the results come. And I like the way you analyze. Now we don't know. And from your first analysis study, when you calculate the results, the one where they first publish the summary, but you not get to the 56%. And I'm sure they also get people them where they be go watch the elections. I mean, them people they always been go represent. They not just go for nothing. I think they need them, and then we go to the bottom of this. Everything is controversial. If I see Sierra Leone's and be happy for say this is going well, and I can't just question their own citizens in Sierra Leone. Honestly, thank you, sir.
Yeah, and thank you so much. Great points, them, Sisi. This now big confusion for the country because, like I say, no more. Even Madabio no get off the ukit because anytime, for whatever reason, we get the result. If even Sef now the 4th year of this second term, anybody can able go and say, well, according to the result, and not get 55%. So then they go force the Supreme Court for declare. Say Madabio for cease for be president because they contravene the constitution. So now that make this tripartite to me instead of people and they say now then go create a rerun. No, that side I want for correct term. The only body where they declare say the election results not valid now the Supreme Court. So APC still get for deal with the Supreme Court. Then get for make that determination. They not to tripartite. They make the decision for overturn the election. No. So thank you so much for what you call, and I agree with you. Points them all.
But how would they go to court when they not get the result? and you get to go with the result. So this is so controversial.
Yeah, but maybe they'll explain, Sisi. They don't make mistake in the first place for let it allow this Elections Act for go with all them clause then they we the all they are now. So therefore don't use another part of the constitution we say then he able ask any government agency for release information. So therefore don't use them, therefore don't support Lawyer Maria because the Supreme Court then get Lawyer Maria through technicalities say it put in paper then late. So they not say they not say the point where they make no valid, then just say no more put in paper then late. So if
which was really not correct.
Well, yeah, Lawyer Maria talk about
it's really not correct because they only do that because Madabio has programmed the Supreme Court to favor them. Just like the previous caller, how would you be a president already before somebody go in Sierra Leone Constitution? Where our institution, they all don't fail we.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
so see, I make
a clear and the program that for bring chaos to the country.
La no only too long na the line, but not to matter being fault to that.
Nine program all that. The matter being fault. Program everything for let
No, I'll be just sure I'm not the Constitution. So according to the Constitution, they since they were out there right time from 1990.
Now criminal, they don't use for overthrown. They want for overthrown be right. They not for happen. We not care about APC.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
God bless.
Okay. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting on your name and who say they call from, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you for allowing me the second time. I just have a question. I get a question.
For me? Okay, go ahead,
I
sir.
get a question. Yeah. Now, like, I get the notion say that they wouldn't call the tripartite because we flout the Constitution. So tripartite is not acting by Constitution. So if they recommend, say, this man no gets the vote way for make him president, you don't think say they can tell the Supreme Court for let them implement that way and call them and change things?
Well, they're not going to tell the Supreme Court, according to the process, as long as you, as Sierra Leonean, and you take part in the election, you can petition. So you go petition.
Me no vote.
Yeah.
Me no vote. But like the tripartite, I know say no go sit down for nothing. They get for make that recommendation. So
it's in Sierra Leoneans them as Sierra Leoneans, but not as a body of the tripartite. Because I'll be just show I'm na the screen and last show back. Yes. Then he able object and saying based on waiting ECSL provide the president will be get 55% of the valid vote cast or counted. In that regard, a contravene constitution. So then the Supreme Court now go force for make a declaration.
Okay.
So according to section 127, subsection 1 of the Constitution, it's very clear saying if anybody come before alleged say Madabio no get 55%, so as a result it don't contravene the pathway say for get 55% of the valid vote, then they can force the Supreme Court now for pass a declaration for rule on the matter. So that make us say Madabio no get off the hook because we just need more clear evidence, particularly if they get them from ECSL and no say and not get 55%, then they can go to the Supreme Court. And this clause not get time frame. So now the good thing that
that's right.
There is no time for this. For like you can't challenge somebody, say it don't contravene a section of the Constitution.
Yeah.
So then they answer the question, sir.
Yes, sir. Just pass me greetings to my schoolmate, Mr. Shilon.
Okay, I will surely do that. And I don't know if you will take up the Sunday program, because since in a lawyer, Me just the reader no
Yeah.
as plain English. So thank you very much.
He
I will
was my
definitely.
schoolmate in Bo. Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
wonderful. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you so much. I will pass the message.
You're most welcome. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you too. Take care, sir. God bless.
Yes, sir, you too. Yeah.
All right, Fambulem, I go say let on be the last call for tonight because we only get 3 minutes. And like I say, I decide for make this program specifically for set the record straight and present, I go say, evidence, whether on a call and convincing evidence or not, but based on the Constitution and the Public Elections Act of 2022. And I read for Una the article where I reference and try for in detail analyze that article there. So then they will be the last call. But before I wrap up, I want for express I will say disappointment. Okay, and last show now waiting I mean. Now specifically this person. According to this headline, it say this chairman we would the basically the western region chairman of APC we a name na Casio Olan Cole where he criticized the US ambassador over a statement on the election rerun. Not to the criticize, we criticize and bother me though. The thing will bother me now waiting is say, because like I say, we all get we opinion them and we all entitled to we opinion, whether I right or not. We not to the Supreme Court, we all they do all their opinion, yeah. Because the Supreme Court now in no more get right for cancel the election, for declare the election invalid. Now the Supreme Court no more, the Constitution get that right there. So again, definitely with no reservation, I don't agree with the ambassador in approach. But waiting is say I don't show now it ain't in place. Even though caveat they saying the Supreme Court can still rule if evidence shows say matter be not get 55%, at least 55% of the valid vote cast or counted. So now I just want to read this. Una bear with me, it kind of small, the writing Small. But according to the write-up, it say in a recent Facebook post, Chairman Casio reacted, and this now then quote na Casio in reaction. The U.S. ambassador to Sierra Leone is one of those who have killed democracy in Sierra Leone. That statement on 98.1 rendered the work of the Tripartite Committee useless. Will the U.S. accept an election outcome without the correct result being read and published? The blood, now this side are kind of troubled. The blood of those who were killed because of democracy is on his head. Casio J. Olan Cole, APC Regional Chairman, West Region. That's a very unfortunate statement. For say, oh, because of waiting he say, the blood of the people away die because of democracy, then they not the money aid. And this a leader, apparently, for like they write this kind of right here. So now then I want for read to Una me fumble them. And to me, a very troubling for like we leaders them. Because if a leader think this way against a diplomat, yes, again, I repeat them, the diplomat, the ambassador, and not to a mandate, not to not within a duty for let it interpret Salon Constitution, or even publicly proffer an opinion, because as he say, it represent the president of the United States, na Sierra Leone, because na that ambassador that they do. Then they be representative of the country on behalf of them, the leader, in this case on behalf of Biden. So in that regard, for like in the poke nose actively na saloon politics, I think say that's still a overstretch. But that not necessarily for mean say this man we supposed for be a leader, not for the utter them words here. Now somebody we not responsible. Again, I not sabiam, and this not anything personal, but as somebody we not responsible for the utter them kind statement here. It's rather unfortunate, and na statement in my opinion, and not call for at all. For let it say the blood of people and day na that money and fumble them, whether you are APC, SLPP or independent Sierra Leonean, we for condemn them kind talk here. And again, I go repeat, as much as I not like the way at which the ambassador they put multiple salon politics too deep, but I don't feel say a warrant for letting say people them blood in and hate. Hey bo, why you not just disagree with them? Respectfully, you disagree with them, but you don't need to go that far as a leader. So if you get that kind of mentality there, what about the people that way you they lead? Then go do any kind of thing now, say yeah, we leader and support. And let I conclude by saying this, me fumble them. I want to make them very clear. Mother Bill, ECSL, APC, they all don't bring Salon in a mess. This 2023 election, it just creates a huge mess for that country there. Because like how other people then say, this not precedent. And we all know human nature. By nature, we greedy. Forget about Mother Bill. But even now, look to Donald Trump. If not any decent somebody, for run again for president, with all this kind of thing with your hate. And for even show say self, you cheat on your wife as a president, you're not a good role model. Because you not deny the affair, and just no more that money where them pay the prostitute. Now Dande is say not to him order for pay him for let not go talk, let not pull the case nado or the secret nado. But he not deny say we get affair with a prostitute where he married. So this na just human nature, and not come by the color at all of we skin. So I just want to make it clear. So as a result of that, I want less supporters then see and say, Mother Bill, ECSL, APC, they all just don't put the country in this kind of situation where the country they go through. So we all know so we need help from the international community. And another thing because of us say I want exclusively talk about this, maybe next on Saturday, Matilda Noga for day, I go come on so that I go talk about the other issues then. Another issue where, according to the people that they import things then as salon, something they go on, I go give a sort of detail where you get some rebel forces them where they nada Yemen area usai na the Red Sea, usai boats then they pass, so they can attack both them. They say because of the protest against Israel, Israel attack Hamas and all that Gaza. So they protest, and that's they make now the boats then they freed for pass na that road day, and that road day in shorter for go Africa. So now they take long road, and because they take long road, so the price now for one container for clear one container, it get for double. And if we not take 10 self, it will be 3 times the current price where they pay. So they don't want the people of the import, say by end of this month, end of May, people then go begin see the increase in boku price them. And when I know say plenty of the things that we salon people and they use now imports to the import them. So this not to matter be in fault to and all the people and say matter be don't do this back, not in fault to. But the problem no more is because we current situation it just start like somebody be they I be they watch one program, one doctor will be they talk about the COVID. Say COVID it kill boku people like we don't get then call them pre-existing conditions like we don't get sickness we compromise the immune system so where COVID come now it just nyaka them. Now the similar situation this get for be salon we vulnerable big time so we now strengthen the institution and not strengthen the economy for take within I will call shock then kind here will go happen beyond we control. So where it come at we now, the impact it will be more than how it will be in a country then we don't prepare for them kind disaster. Yeah. So I just want to set the stage by God's grace on Saturday on our stay tuned. I go fill in for Matilda where I go talk about some of the implication where we go see price go up and up because of this. Because no matter what, their importers then they then get for pass on the cost on the people them we go finally consume the goods them. And additionally, the toll gate, I go talk about them as well, we they don't end up for pass the increase. So Parliament don't approve the increase, and as a result of that, we go see. In fact, not to go see safe. As of yesterday, they don't begin implement the new prices. So then they people them advise back and say let people them brace up for additional price increase. On a member, we dey struggle with inflation as it is right now. So for let we get additional situation we go put price up and not go good for the country. But Fambulem, for this program tonight, I want for end this side. But I want for appeal to we APC brothers and sisters and even the SLPP brothers and sisters. The tripartite, I agree with the ambassador, even though not in business, for talk that publicly particularly. The tripartite agreement, all they can do is for recommend how of the problem will they face so we not go face them during future election. Now that me understand the mandate for be. Not to for like then declare a rerun. Not to the mandate. They don't even get that power day. Not to for declare and say, okay, well, let we go run off. No, not to the mandate. If even Connor present all the data and then they realize say President Bill not win the election because he not get 55% of the valid vote. Tripartite then go get for go Etiden Sierra Leone'S if they want then get unity among themselves. Then Cable go now and file a petition or complaint to the Supreme Court and present the evidence and ask the Supreme Court now for let the Supreme Court pass judgment for cancel the result of the June election we Conedon declare in President Bill in favor based on that evidence day. Or if that evidence day then say part of the recommendation for let Corner publish the disaggregated data and then Corner publish them and it become the official disaggregated data by polling station if they recommend that, and then Corner do that, and after we Corner do that, then the public realize, say, based on the numbers, then the President Bill not get 55% of the votes, them, the valid votes. Anybody, any Sierra Leonean can take, whether na APC as a group or a single person, can take that evidence they to the Supreme Court and say, based on waiting Corner don't publish, the president not get 55%, where the Constitution say clearly the president forget 55%, at least 55% of the valid vote for LEC do not get any runoff. It win the first round. So if that did not happen, then a violation of the Constitution. So in that case, the Supreme Court go kind of boxed now one corner where they're not go able for rule any other way but for declare the election result invalid. That way they are Siam. So me fumble them, no matter how we look at it, for like a rerun happen, APC go court. Because now court no more go do that with whatever evidence they get. Because like I say, for challenge the election after declaration, that time they don't pass. We're now 7 days. But still, it did not the Constitution where I be shown now, section 127, subsection 1 of that Constitution day say, if somebody contravene, violate the Constitution, if you get the evidence, you allege, say, this person don't violate the Constitution, the Supreme Court can look into it and then go pass verdict on that matter day. It is very clear. So all APC need for do now is let them just wait. If the tripartite able in any way convince Kone for publish the disaggregated result, it didn't say as soon as possible, and he see and say, okay, it's possible now, and publish again. That act they make them very clear. That act they not say for publish disaggregated result by polling station. And not say that too, because I now let people misquote me and say, Mr. Abdul Karim say, oh, Kone for publish the result this way. No, the act not show whose way or whose result or how extensive the result for be. The act not say that at all. I don't put them back on the screen. The act say when section 52, subsection B, say as soon as possible, cause the result of the election to be published by notice in the Gazette and in any other manner that he may think fit. See, in any other manner. So one of the manners them way in think say if fit for publish the result, it don't publish them. Where it publish in a press release and give sketchy numbers and say now the numbers there. And we lawyer Mara push for that, it publish more. And the first one we publish, and I definitely make it clear, say it be get beaucoup errors them. And I point to the errors them there, and it take a while. And then about 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know if it's somebody now tell them and say, now check their numbers, then they are waiting. Maybe based on my analysis, or I don't know how they know that. So they put now a revised version where I look at the numbers then where then publish as a revised version, the numbers then conform to the declaration, then consistent with the declaration. I want to make it very clear. But the question is, why do not for put a public notice for say, oh, the numbers that will we put forth will be published, then get errors. So don't correct the errors And here is why the numbers then be, na typo or something. You not see nothing to that effect there. And that by itself, to me, I question the authenticity of the results. So I give a reason. I don't get anything against SLPP. I don't get anything in favor of APC. Me na Sierra Leonean. I want let we country be peaceful, let it be prosperous, and that make at the day every Thursday, if God give me the strength, for share me on 2 cents. And I so appreciate all the people in our VOS where they do the same, where they come here week after week and give their own contribution as to how we think, say, Salone go better. So fumble them, I want to conclude with that, saying APC, they still get a lifeline, provided whatever they publish, we then gazette and consider the official numbers them, even though clear say them for publish them by polling station and not specify that way there at all. So if for whatever reason Kone feel pressured and published by disaggregated result by polling station, and then results then numbers then within crunch they happen for sure say President Biono get 55%, only then go court and make the case why the Supreme Court for declare the election result of Madabio unconstitutional. So I want to make it clear. All right. So not only then, but where APC said they're not go court, so I wonder how that one day self go play out, or maybe then go reverse the decision if we then get clear evidence. Say President Bill now get 55% of the valid votes. Maybe then go reverse their position and say, okay, now we don't get evidence strong enough. We they go court for make the case, and that time they not pass it because they not get any time frame for do that. As long as you get the evidence, we they do that make their allegations then they. So Fambule, I want to say Boku Tenki, and me na Abdul Karim Kargbo. I want to say thank you to all of una we don't join we in this program, and we continue for join and contribute to VOS programs them and all the support one way or the other. I want to tell una Boku Tenki. I want to say plenty thank you to we able CEO we now the concentration are on we folks in a salon, and for una we don't download the app and we they still follow programs in a salon that all really step up for give more programs them, and one for say Boku Tenki and appreciation to all the manager when I'm brother Mohammed, Mr. Mohammed Cecil Kamara, and all the people them, the producer day when Mr. Yusuf Sowar. And again, I know I'm for go down because I don't miss anybody, but I go tap at then to the day since na then the agbagba. So I want to say Boku thank you to all the people them way behind the scene, and the ladies them where they do programs, the guys them, my goodness, let God bless una, and let God bless the VOS, let God bless all the VOS presenters, and we able see you, let God bless her with the family, and una where they watch VOS, let God bless una with una family until Thursday. The one and only, okay, until Saturday where I go feeling for Matilda, the one and only country where me and you to cherish and call our Mama Salon. We fumble them. Let we pray for that country day and let God bless that country day. So until Saturday, where I go cover for Matilda, me na Abdul Karim Kargbo, they say una thank you and una tata.